The NHL tonight on TSN. That's hockey.
The net for the Penguins. Number 1 man, Tom Barrasso, is out with an injury. Number 2 man, Ken Regan, has been playing a lot with a bad right shoulder. Number 3 man, Roberto Romano, hasn't played in the NHL in 7 years. And the man behind the bench hasn't played in 15 years. But he might be next if anyone else gets hurt. Unbelievable! Motivational tools has been tough on Ottawa's Rick Bowness, except when he's up against Pittsburgh. Last February, Ottawa snapped a 6-game losing streak with a 2-1 win over the Penguins. This season, in late November, the Senators held the Penguins to a 2-2 tie. So what does all this mean? Do they have the Penguins' number? Or is Pittsburgh just overdue against Ottawa?
Will the Senators' success continue against the Penguins? We'll find out next as Ottawa plays host to Pittsburgh. Also tonight, homecoming in Manhattan. Ex-Rangers Roger Neilson and John Van Beesbrook bring the Panthers to New York. We'll preview Canada-Sweden, tomorrow's gold medal game at the World Juniors. And with the Winter Games on the horizon, a look at Canada's Olympic team. All on the NHL tonight.
NHL tonight on TSN. Brought to you by Molson Breweries. Now every beer we brew is naturally aged and free of preservatives. And by Pepsi. Pepsi reminds you to be young, have fun, drink Pepsi.
We begin the night with graduate trivia. Name the faces you see on the screen, and you are Canada's greatest hockey fan. It's a night of new faces in Ottawa this evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NHL tonight. I'm Jim Houston with a familiar face, Ryan Walter. And for your information, those three were Pittsburgh's Ed Patterson and from the Ottawa Senators, Pavel Demitra and Robert Burakovsky. They'll be in the lineup tonight because here are two teams that are hurt quite badly. But I guess this is what careers are made of. You get a chance to play, you seize the opportunity.
Jimmy, it's a wonderful time to be in the National Hockey League, and it's a great opportunity for some young players to step in, get their foot in the door, away they go.
A lot of inexperienced players in the lineup because of injuries, but there's a lot of veterans, as we pointed out in the opening tonight. We did that in your honor because we know you like those over 30 guys. But perhaps Pittsburgh is better suited to get through injury problems because of their experience in the veterans.
Well, I appreciate that, guys. I'm a big fan of old-timers in the league. Maturity is one of the things that you cannot teach. You have to grow it. You have to go through the wars. You have to go through the tough times together. And that's how you learn how to play in the National Hockey League. A team like Ottawa needs time to grow maturity.
We'll see a lot of new faces, but some very familiar old ones in this lineup tonight. And speaking of old familiar faces, let's go to our studios now, and Gary Green is with John Wells.
Here we are, just one other game, the homecoming in New York. John and Roger back at Madison Square for the first time as Panthers. This could be worth an ovation for Mr. Van Beesbrook.
Well, he's got a 2.38 goals against average in 28 games with an expansion team. That alone is worth an ovation, but he did play for 9 years as a New York Ranger. They still love the Beezer.
They will cheer John Van Beesbrook in New York tonight. Live from Hockey Control, this is the NHL Tonight.
For a year, the other guy has spent a lot of time and money trying to blow us out. That's their business. At Unitel, we're in the business of saving Canadians money on residential long distance. Now, on our first birthday, hundreds of thousands across the country are celebrating. It's time you joined the party. Grab a phone and call this number. Your savings are guaranteed because no matter what your local phone company is offering, we better it. And with our Close Connections plan, you can save 15% more. Join Unitel and you'll also get a free month of long distance up to $500. So you can call your mom, your in-laws, an old friend, free. But no matter who you call, count on calling quality as clear as, well, a bell. It's time you joined the party. Call 1-800-578-1313. With Unitel, you can have your cake and eat it too. So call 1-800-578-1313 now.
Welcome back to Hockey Control as we get ready to send you back to the Civic Center in Ottawa. There will be a couple of awards tonight in New York City. Mike Gartner gets the Silver Stick for 600 goals. John Van Beesbrook is guaranteed to get a standing ovation as he gets back there for the Florida Panthers for the first time. He has been playing brilliantly.
Well, on December 22nd, the Florida Panthers beat the New York Rangers 3-2 before a sellout crowd in Miami, and John Van Beesbrook was absolutely outstanding.
All right, the season series between those two teams is 1-1. And this, again, is their first meeting in New York City. Let's get back to Ottawa now and join Jim Houston.
Where the Senators are getting set to take on the Pittsburgh Penguins for the second time. When last they played, it was a 2-2 tie. Let's meet tonight's starting goaltenders for Thrifty, the official car rental company of the NHL. Here's 31-year-old Roberto Romano from Montreal. He last played in the NHL in February of 1987 with Boston. He's back after 7 years and backed up by Ken Reggett. Tom Barrasso, of course, is hurt. At the other end of the rink is 25-year-old Darren Madeley from Holland Landing, Ontario, backed up by Craig Billington. Madeley was sensational in the 2-2 tie Ottawa gained with Pittsburgh late in November. The referee for tonight's game is Dennis Leroux. He's from Savannah, Georgia. Pierre Champoux and Bernie DeGrasse are the linesmen, and this game from the Civic Center in Ottawa is underway. Larry Murphy is number 55 on defense around to Jaromir Jagr, who starts at right wing with Ron Francis at center, and Joe Mullen, because of injuries, has moved over to the left side. And Mike Ramsey, a veteran defenseman, dumps the puck in for Pittsburgh. Ryan Glynn is number 23, back for it. He moves the puck to the blue line and not out. Ramsey kept it in. Jaromir Jagr, centering pass. Mullen shoots, hit the post. Great one-timer by Mullen, and he hit the post. 35 seconds in, Murphy with his shot, and that's kicked out by Darren Madeley. And the Senators are hemmed into their own zone, and they've had trouble early in games getting going. Francis shoots, and Madeley stopped him. And the Senators, Ryan, are in trouble early again.
That was a very good shift for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Their top line certainly has an ability to get open. We saw Joey Mullen get open. Mullen has the opportunity to, he has the way, Jim, just to pull out, to move into places where other checkers are not, and that gives him, there's a one-timer that bangs off the post. That should have been in.
Soon to be 37, soon to have 22 goals in the NHL. You know, since Calgary traded him away for a second-round pick, he scored 115 goals in Pittsburgh.
I'm a big fan of these old-timers, Jim.
I'm not sure that they'll be big fans of us calling them old-timers, but there's a puck that bounces over the glass and out of play. Almost a minute in, Rick Bowness is worried about the way his team has started games.
Yeah, Ricky Bowness is a real tough job right now. He's talking about in the dressing room, trying to be together as a team. and yet he has a revolving door of players that just keep coming and going, whether it's through injuries or just through an expansion mode. And he's doing a fine job. Very, very stressful for a coach like Rick Bowness at this point.
Yet he remains very upbeat and very positive under very trying circumstances. Mark Lamb is waved out of the face-off circle. 2 centermen on the ice, and Alexei Yashin moves in. Off the draw, Martin Straka. Centering pass, tipped in front by Stevens, and he couldn't put it in. Big jam up in front. Stevens whirled around again and couldn't shoot the puck in. Here's Brad Lauer, familiar name, new face in Ottawa, though, just signed as a free agent from Vegas of the International League, wearing number 16. Yashin at the side of the net. To McIver at the point. In front, Pavel Demitra turned and took a shot that was blocked on the defense by Grant Jennings. So it's Pavel Demitra playing with Alexei Yashin and Brad Lauer on this forward unit as Ottawa now makes a change. Minute and 35 seconds in, no score. Pass up the middle, intercepted. Yashin to Archibald. He shoots and he just missed the net. A turnover almost cost the Penguins. Here's Martin Straka, number 82, puts the puck high in the air between the uprights and out of the park.
Well, Eddie Johnson will not like that play from Alfie Samuelsson, who threw the puck up the middle. Eddie Johnson, I think if there's one word that that falls on his shoulders, is expectations. Samuelsson takes it here and does the no-no. He puts it up. The center was there. He was available, but you just are not able most of the time you should not make that play right in front of the net. That created a turnover and an opportunity. Really, it created an opportunity not only to put the puck in the net, but an opportunity to lose confidence early in the game.
Most of the time, it's a play that Ulf Samuelsson doesn't make.
You're right.
Mike Stapleton, Bob Kudelski fight for the puck off the draw. Dave Archibald went to it as Kudelski in front. Archibald reverses on the boards. Centering pass. Kudelski can't beat Roberto Romano. Loose puck in the crease, and Romano's got it. They got the puck to the right man. Alexander Day got it to Kudelski. The 26-goal scorer was stopped in the crease.
Roberto Romano is getting some work early here. In close. Kudelski has trouble getting it up. It's quite a story, this Roberto Romano, to come out of near oblivion and play in the National Hockey League. I think the last time he played is when I played.
I think you played after he'd gone to Italy. He's listed in the NHL's guide and record book as being retired since '87. Pittsburgh. Scoreless early in the game. The puck drifts the length of the ice. Kudelski got to it. No icing. Good hustle. Tied to center for Dave Archibald. Intercepted by Mike Stapleton. Here's Jim Pack. Dumps the puck in. Stapleton. Jeff Daniels. Marcus Naslund. The forwards on the ice for Pittsburgh. See, they have some unfamiliar names in their lineup, too. And you'll see more like Ed Patterson, Justin Duberman in their lineup tonight. The puck squirts loose, and there's Kent Painter after it. He's just been called up from Prince Edward Island. That's his home, and he's been playing on the farm down there for Ottawa in his first game with the Senators here tonight. Jeff Daniels, number 20, gains center ice and dumps the puck in. Another free agent just signed by Ottawa because of injuries. Herb Ragland is number 25. He's on the ice. He has some experience in this league, though. And the puck is out of play again. We'll continue to introduce you to all of these new players to the NHL when we come back in this Molson Hockey Telecast.
Numbers. From day one, our lives are filled with numbers. Some are good. A lot you can do with that. But here's one number you don't want to do without. Call this number now, and you could soon enjoy the benefits of card membership. With the card, you get some really great numbers, like 25,000, the number of people you can turn to for help, and 24-hour service, just in case your world doesn't stop at 5 p.m.
American Express, how can I help you?
But the best number of all is the interest you pay. 0. Relax. There's even one number you don't get. You don't get a preset spending limit, so you're never caught short. And of course, wherever you use the card, the one thing you'll never be treated like is a number. So give us a call now at 1-800-465-0508. That's 1-800-465-0508.
Welcome back to the Civic Center in Ottawa. Got a program? Might need it tonight. Larry Murphy shoots the puck in on Darren Madeley, the Ottawa goaltender, and is kicked out to center ice. Here's Alexei Yashin. Everybody in town knows about him. He's a great player, and all the opponents know about him now. So Alexei's finding it a little more difficult to move in the NHL now. Yashin is number 19. He and Kudelski share the scoring lead of this team. Yashin gets loose, shoots, great save by Romano. And he'll shake the butterflies early with saves like that. Justin Duberman is number 37 for Pittsburgh. Rubbed into the boards. The puck is loose behind the net. Brian Trottier got it out front. Bouncing puck. Duberman tried to backhand it and couldn't. Ottawa comes out 3-on-2. Led by Yashin. Heward is with him, and the play is offside. Yashin zigged while Herb Ragland was zagging at the blue line. Let's introduce you to the players who aren't in the lineup tonight. Mario, it is said, will be back sometime this season. That's all the Penguins really know about that injury. The latest injury is to Peter Taglianetti, hurt in Hartford yesterday. That's why Justin Duberman is here. And a long list of scratches for the Ottawa Senators, who had 31 players with them today, 8 of them hurt and a couple scratched. Pages and pages of scratches for a team that's just not deep enough to afford injuries.
Very tough to take strides ahead as an expansion team or a relatively new expansion team when you have that many injuries.
Some of them very serious. A guy like Dave McElwain, who might not be back this season, who is one of their best players.
Turgeon the same.
Troy Millette with his shot. Mark Lamb knocked down in front of the net, but he got the puck in behind it. Lamb again is up. His backhander goes wide of the net. Brad Shaw, who missed the last game and was hurt, is back in the lineup, wearing the captaincy. Got the puck out front, where Roberto Romano covered long enough for a faceoff.
Roberto Romano is giving his glove a shake there. He took a stick to the catcher. Boy, you'd hate to see him hurt at this point.
Welcome back.
Puck comes out. Whack. Youch. Roberto did a little twist there. A little rollover.
So where's he been for 7 years? Well, for the most part, playing in Italy. In Milan, he was playing for Ted Sater, who's back in the NHL. He was the head coach in Milan. He played his junior hockey in Hull, so he's familiar with this area, and he's from Montreal.
He's had a good start here. He's been up on his feet. He's been quick. Done the right things.
McBain out of the corner, shot the puck into some skates, then scrambles in after it, and Romano holds on again. Unlike Saturday night, when they were outshot 11-1 in the first 6 minutes of their game against New Jersey, the Senators are having a better start here against the Penguins.
Here's Andy McBain. I played with Andrew in Vancouver. He's a real hard worker, great team player. Just the type of maturity and the type of player that you need in the Ottawa Senators right now. Cool the younger guys down, give them a little stability. Maybe they need a little more of the type of McBains that Andy McBain that's out there right now.
Yeah, but where do you find those guys? Maybe that's why they got Brad Lauer and Herb Ragland.
I think Ragland's going to be a great addition. Big, strong kid.
Shaw with a shot off the draw. That whistle just wide of Roberto Romano's net. Jaromir Jagr pinned to the boards. Good straight arm by McBain. He's wailing away on Samuelson as Romano makes a save, and now McBain and Samuelson are going to fight. At least try to. While Romano was busy making a fine save, McBain was really working over Samuelson, who finally had enough of it and dropped a glove.
It's almost like a replay of a number of years ago, and I saw it again this year with Mr. Neely and Mr. Al Samuelson, where they, not necessarily taking the gloves off, but getting a couple straight arms even with the glove on.
While McBain and Samuelson were tussling in the corner, here's what happened out front. Mark Lamb got the shot.
Oh, great catch. Romano's got good, quick movements here for a guy that hasn't played in the league for a while. He gets over quick. I'm impressed with Romano early in this period.
And here's what was going on in the corner.
It seems that wherever Alfie Samuelsson is, at times there can be trouble. And that's why he's an effective player. I'm not saying you have to do that to be effective, but he comes to play every night. He knows that that's the type of job that he has to not necessarily create, but it seems to follow him.
Ever have guys on your teams who are like that every other team despised?
I played a number of years with a friend, Chris Nyland, and it seemed like he was always an instigator at the right time. He had a knack of doing it at the right time and just creating, I don't know, a situation that put the other team on edge.
Samuelsson and McBain each get 2 minutes for roughing. So the teams will play 5 aside and 4 skaters each. And Alexander Daig, who still hasn't reached his 19th birthday, will be on the ice for the Senators with Dave Archibald, who's never far from his side. Those two play together. Archibald looks after a lot of the defensive responsibilities to let Daig be as creative as he can be. Daig won the draw. Norm McIver jumped up and put the puck behind the net. Archibald was there. Ron Francis into the middle, and out comes Kevin Stevens, number 25 for Pittsburgh, with Marty McSorley. McSorley takes the puck and takes a shot that deflected into the seats. Stopping play, still scoreless, just over 5 minutes in.
Marty McSorley has been on the West Coast a real topic of talk. The LA Kings feel that they need McSorley back. Some people out there feel they should have never let him go. And I would agree with that thinking. Marty McSorley adds a lot to the team that you can't find on paper. It might not be goals and assists, but it certainly is an improvement.
He's really starting to play better in Pittsburgh, and trade talk is dying down. Craig Patrick says there is nothing currently hot in terms of trade talk involving Marty McSorley.
Well, he's a tough guy. He has an ability to settle down other teams also. Marty's got great hands, though. He's really worked on the hands, and we've talked, you and I talked, Jim, before about, you know, do you soak the hands in soap, or how do you create good hands? But Marty's the type of guy that has worked on it. He's carrying the puck better. He's got a heavy shot, and he's a presence.
He can play forward and defense, although he very seldom jumps up into a forward position for Pittsburgh. He's primarily a defenseman with the Penguins. Archibald and Straka will face off here. Archibald won the draw. Norm McIver, number 22, takes the puck. Starts out of his own zone. 3-on-3, the Senators through center. McIver got away from Stevens, put the puck to the net. McSorley was there to knock it away. On the right side, here's Straka. The Penguins are 3-on-2. Stevens shoots, blocked by McIver. Straka gets the puck. Behind the net, Kevin Stevens couldn't hang on, and Larry Murphy goes to the corner and just pokes the puck back to Stevens. Behind the net, Straka to McSorley, tipped just wide. Good timing play, and it almost netted the Penguins the first goal of the game. 6 minutes in, no score. The teams are 5 aside. Daig with a shot. Romano with the save. Stevens clears the puck to Martin Straka. Brad Lauer in to check Marty McSorley. Larry Murphy. His pass bounced off a stick up in the air, and Jaromir Jagr probably leads the team in ice time now that Mario's out. Got it over the blue line. Jim Pack's shot was deflected to the end boards. But Jaromir hasn't scored a goal. Only scored one, actually, in the last 11 games. Brad Lauer gets the puck out front. Shaw turns and shoots. Romano made a fine save on a shot by Shaw. Out of the corner, Yashin to the front of the net. Just couldn't quite take the puck with him to get a shot. Kept in by Glynn. Good pressure by the Senators early in this game, and Roberto Romano's been shot. Brand Jennings goes after the puck, and the Pittsburgh net is off its mooring. Ottawa's outshot Pittsburgh 6-4 in the first 7 minutes.
Roberto Romano's been so hot there, they tried to dump the net over top of him, see if they could scored off the backboards. He's made some great saves.
He's very philosophical about his position here with Pittsburgh. He said, I know I'm not the #1 guy. I know I'm not the #2 guy. Yes, I'm the #3 guy, and I'll just try and hang in until they get some healthy goaltenders. He said, I don't think the Penguins are looking upon me as a prospect anymore.
Sometimes there's real freedom in knowing your role, isn't there?
Yeah. There's a guy who appreciates a good goalie.
Yeah, he sure does. Doing a fine job. Expectations was what we talked about earlier with EJ, just because he's coaching a team that has won 2 Stanley Cups in the last little bit, and is
there's a shot from the point, another save by Roberto Romano. This time he dropped the puck for Ulf Samuelsson. Jaromir Jagr with Francis and Mullen. Jagr weaving to the net. Loose puck. Mullen's backhander blocked in front and cleared by Gord Dineen. Mark Lamb centering Troy Millette and Andrew McBain for Ottawa. McBain and Samuelsson have obviously served their minor penalties. Troy Millette, good rugged winger, into Mark Lamb. Back to Millette, knocks it down, shoots and just missed. After the rebound, Francis got there first. Jagr chases the puck, lined up by Lamb, and he held up. Gord Dineen off the boards to Hank Lammons, number 27, his defensive partner. Up the middle, a pass was intercepted by Joe Mullen. Samuelsson for Mullen. His pass was too hard, bounced over the stick, and Gord Dineen is back. And now the play is stopped as Francis and Lammen skated into the Ottawa net and knocked it off. We'll be back to Ottawa right after this.
Hi, I'm Al Leiter with the Toronto Blue Jays. The World Health Organization estimates that by the end of this century, 40 million people will be infected with the AIDS virus. Canada is not immune from this epidemic. Today, the only way to prevent the spread of this disease is through education and prevention. For more information on AIDS, contact the Canadian Public Health Association.
Write to CPHA at 1565 Carling Avenue, Suite 400, Ottawa, Ontario, K1Z 8R1. A message from the Toronto Blue Jays and the Canadian Public Health Association.
First update from New York from the pregame, at least 15 minutes late because of award ceremonies, presentations to Messier and Gardner, and now watch what happened.
Nielsen's timing was impeccable. He kept the Panthers in the dressing room right until Messier, it seemed, was being congratulated by his teammates. The crowd didn't know who to cheer for, Messier or John Van Beesbrook.
Anyway, they finally have the game underway in New York now, and we'll update it as we go along.
Realizes that the Ottawa Senators need a little help.
Little hook and hold by Brad Marsh.
You're watching the Senators and the Penguins of the NHL tonight. I'm Jim Houston with Brian Walter in the broadcast booth at the Ottawa Civic Center. No score, and the Senators have had the best scoring chances early. Ryan Glynn. Pass to center. Bill Heward couldn't get it. Bursting through after the puck was Dave Archibald. Couldn't get it. Lammons to Glynn, and he fired the puck in. Glynn keeps the puck into the blue line. Mike Ramsey got away from Bill Heward and now starts out. His pass to Brian Trotchin, who's with Ed Patterson, who's number 44. Patterson with a drop pass to Justin Duberman. Duberman, centering pass, swept away from in front of the net by Dave Archibald. For Patterson, this is his 6th NHL game. For Duberman, this is his 1st. He's out of the University of North Dakota. Larry Murphy back to touch the puck, and there's an icing call against the Senators. One of the newcomers.
One of the young faces that we talked about on both teams.
21-year-old Ed Patterson on the left is from Delta, BC. Played his junior hockey on the Prairies in Kamloops for a while. Also played in Swift Current. Justin Duberman is a New Haven native who played at the University of North Dakota. Jim Pack off the draw. Passes off. Straka's shot went over top of the net. Alexei Yashin. Robert Burakowski, Pavel Dimitra out of this forward line for the Senators. Burakowski, number 24. To Yashin, number 19. Back on the point. Denis shoots. Romano the save. Big rebound in front of the net. Yashin's all tied up, and Brown's going to get a penalty. Doug Brown was holding on to Alexei Yashin, and the Senators will get a power play.
Yashin's got good eyes. On that play, he had the opportunity to go towards the net or find the defenseman, found Denis wide open. Brown had to go to the penalty box for tying him up. Puck just drops in here. There's a little bit of a hook and hold right there, and it was called. The reason that it was called there was because Yashin was had an opportunity to score. He was in position to score, where if that would have been on the boards or in the neutral ice, I don't think the referee makes that call.
This will probably be a quick rest for Alexei Yashin, who looks like he's really got some jump tonight. He's had a good start to this game.
Yes, he has.
Ottawa power play, 23rd in the league. Many thanks to Kudelski. I mean, it could be worse than that. This is the last place team, and they have the 23rd best power play. Kudelski has 12 power play goals. Only Andrechuk and Kachuk have more. Norm McIver, quarterbacks the power play, is passed to Archibald, whistled right by him, and Dave got in after the puck, and he chipped it into the glove of Roberto Romano. There are the power play leaders, and that's why Alexei Yashin will likely not be on the bench for long.
You see Norm McIver, as you pointed out, Jim. He's got good speed. Norm McIver's got good speed, and he's able not only to pass the puck well, but to carry the puck well. There's a lot of teams in the National Hockey League that would love to have Norm McIver on their power play.
You know, he's still really bothered by the injury. He suffered a bruised heart earlier, and his stamina is not what it once was. He still has a tough time playing the whole game, as much ice time as they'd like him to play. He gets worn out and can't recover during the game. But he's out there right now, McIver. To Shaw, his shot is blocked. And Brian Trottier, who's been out a million times in this situation, sent the puck down the ice.
One word there, it's called experience.
More of it on the ice now with McSorley, Francis, Ramsey, Mullen. In comes the power play. Kudelski got the puck to the end boards. Ramsey cleared it to one of those square corners, and it stayed in. Not for long as McIver backs up at center. We passed the midway mark first period. There's no score in this game from Ottawa. Haig, Kudelski, and Brad Lauer out on the power play now. Romano roaming out of his net almost got caught. Mullen clears the puck. 45 seconds to go in the penalty. Ward Denis to McIver. At the blue line, Marty McSorley stood up and knocked the puck away from Kudelski out of play.
There's a bit of a turnover there by Kudelski. Even on the power play, you need to put the puck in a position where you can go and get it. 7 goals in the last 21 games. 19 goals in his first 19 games. He was off to an excellent start and has tailed off just a touch, but those are good numbers for a team like playing on a team like Ottawa.
Pretty good numbers anywhere. For Bob Kudelski, career high numbers.
You bet.
Half a minute to go in this Ottawa power play. Alexei Yashin is back on the ice now with Lauer and Dimitra. Dimitra's only 19 years old. Young Czech wears number 78. Officially, there are 5 rookies in this Ottawa lineup tonight, but because some first-year players don't qualify as rookies, there are 9 first-year players in their lineup tonight. Yashin, McBain's in front. Yashin goes to the net, hook from behind. Romano covers up. And that's Glynn in front, pushing and shoving with Marty McSorley. And if he wants to push, he'll get pushed right back.
McSorley always does a good job of clearing the net. Romano was down, had the puck under him, and thought that Glynn was taking liberties trying to pop that puck into the net. puck just slips underneath, almost went through. Flynn takes a swipe, and McSorley takes another swipe.
Dennis LaRue, had he wished, could have easily called another penalty there for hooking on Yashin. He was tied up pretty well.
Yeah, he really was. Big, tall kid. He's impressed me early in this game. Carries the puck well. Goes to the net well. He went to the net there without fear.
Kevin Stevens out with Martin Straka. Jaromir Jagr now. And Mark Lamb will take the face-off for Ottawa. Lamb won the draw. McBain shoots. Amano got a wee piece of that. Jagr couldn't clear the puck. Millette with a shot. Deflected just wide. Stevens goes to the puck. He's checked by McBain. Ottawa's really out hustling Pittsburgh early in this game. Back to the point. Shaw with a pass over to Kent Painter. He bounced it off the boards. Lamb on the inboards. McBain working hard for the puck. Lamb checks Straka, then goes after Samuelson. And now Pittsburgh will try and come out on the other side. And still they can't come out against the Senators. Now they'll try up the middle. Still can't get out. Millette kept the puck into Lamb. Jagr's hit. And Jagr is hurt. Troy Millette will get a penalty for the hit on Jaromir Jagr. At the end of a great shift, Troy Millette put his fists in the face of Jaromir Jagr and knocked him down. He'll get a penalty for it. The Pittsburgh power play when we come back.
Lou Gehrig was one of baseball's living legends until his life was torn apart by an incurable neuromuscular disease, a myotrophic lateral sclerosis. Today, Lou Gehrig's disease threatens the lives of 3,000 Canadians. But with your donations, we can put the pieces of the cure together before Lou Gehrig's disease tears anyone else apart.
Jaromir Jagr has collected himself off the ice. Troy Millette, pleading innocent, had already gone to the Ottawa bench, but now he's been sentenced to at least 2 minutes. Yes, just 2 minutes for this.
Millette comes high here. Didn't really have to get it up. It was a good check. And she gets, it wasn't quite elbow. It was more both fists up in the face of Jaromir Jagr.
So Millette gets 2 for elbowing at 12:34, and Pittsburgh gets its first power play in this scoreless game. Shots are 9-4 Ottawa. That's not a misleading stat. They've had chances to score. Pittsburgh's probably had one. That's a goal post by Mullen.
And this is the unfortunate situation for a team like Ottawa, where now they have a penalty and a power play against them at a critical time with 7 minutes to go in the first, where they've outplayed the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh's power play, the 9th best in the league. That's without Mario, and with Rick Tocchet having a tough time this season. He's not even in the lineup tonight. So the power play has Francis up front with Joe Mullen, Kevin Stevens, McSorley, and Murphy are the point men. McSorley shot the puck in, then got it himself. Francis into the corner. Murphy sprints in after it, working against Mark Lamb. Francis gets a chance to set up on the power play. Murphy chases the puck, and he has to chase it to center. Now Kevin Stevens gains the blue line to Joe Mullen. Francis goes for the front of the net. Mullen's pass to Stevens. He banned on a shot. Stevens or Murphy make that with a shot. Mullen to Francis behind the net. Stevens is out front. A 2-footer was blocked by Darren Maitland. Senators desperately trying to clear, and now they'll get a chance to move the puck up. Yashin just got it out over the blue line as he was tripped up. Less than a minute to go in the penalty. Here's Ron Francis. Nice back pass to McSorley. Over to Larry Murphy. Into the crowd in front, hit a skate, and took an Ottawa bounce. McSorley into the corner to Mullen. Stevens is out front. Kick to the corner to Francis. Checked by Gord Dineen. Stevens gets the puck loose. In front, Mullen shoots. That was blocked. And the play is stopped because the puck was blocked in front of the net by Hank Lammons.
Hank Lammons took that right to the head. Puck went straight up. Mullen had the puck and just drilled it. Went off the toe of his stick. Nice pass here by Kevin Stevens. Mullen just goes, oh, it goes off the stick. Checker stick, hits Lammons up top.
Well, this is just what the Senators need. Another injury. Lammons has helped to the dressing room. We'll try and get an update as soon as we can, but right now we'll slide off to New York for this update.
And from Madison Square Garden, Rangers and the Panthers right here. This is Tony Amante lining up from the point with a shot. Lots of traffic in front of Van Beesbrook, and it comes to Jeff Bukaboom, who slips it in behind for a 1-0 Rangers lead on the Panthers at Madison Square.
No score here. Pittsburgh and Ottawa at the Civic Center in Ottawa. I'm Jim Houston along with Ryan Walter. 27 seconds left in this Pittsburgh power play. Francis won the draw. Murphy to McSorley. Pounded by McBain. He got the puck into Francis. Quickly out in front. Hit an Ottawa stick. Murphy turns, fires. Madeley made the save with Francis on the doorstep.
Ottawa is actually out face-offed, if you want to call it that. The Pittsburgh Penguins 11-8. Francis is one of the real good face-off men in the league. He has an ability to take your stick and what I call grab and kick. He uses his feet to bang the puck back, and he did it there successfully on that power play. It's a very good move on a power play, and especially there, Francis has an opportunity. He's on his forehand, pulls up, kicks back, wins the face-off, not only with his foot, he came through with a stick later.
And he just did the same thing again. And they've got the puck on the power play. 10 seconds to go in it. Here's Ronnie Francis. Stevens has gone to the front of the net. Jaromir Jagr in the right wing corner has the puck. McSorley drifting around in front of the net now. Jagr, the penalty has expired. Pittsburgh still has the puck. McSorley shot. Madeley the save. The rebound cleared to the point. Murphy shot. He scores! Larry Murphy shot the puck. It deflected in behind Madeley, and it's 1-0 Pittsburgh.
Very unfortunate. Bit of a bad clear there. Larry Murphy just drifts it in. The key there is there was traffic in front of Madeley. Never saw it. Might have even went 5-hole. Really unfortunate at this point in the game that the Senators are down by 1. They deserve better.
They had some opportunities and couldn't score. The Penguins get a power play, and just as it expired, do score and have a 1-0 lead on Larry Murphy's 10th of the season. Five minutes to go in period number 1. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Grant Jennings, Justin Duberman, and the puck is on to center. An unassisted goal for Murphy. Here comes Alexander Daig. Nice pass to McIver, too hot to handle. McIver kept the puck in for Archibald. He tried to center and couldn't. Daig was upset in front. Jennings is going to get a penalty. And they'll let Duberman go after this puck because as he touches it, Grant Jennings will be penalized. Ottawa will go to the power play. It's a holding call on Jennings. We'll be back right after this.
We're in a garbage crisis. One reason McCain chose to pack their juices in these aseptic boxes rather than non-refillable glass bottles. 1 liter aseptic packages use 88% less material than non-refillable glass, generate 85% less solid waste, consume 62% less energy. Plus, it would take 30 trucks to ship 1 million empty 1 liter glass bottles to their factories and just 2 to ship the equivalent in aseptic packaging.
McCain made their choice for the environment.
The ballet taught me to communicate through dance. But it was Aminata, my foster child in Sierra Leone, who taught me about a different kind of communication. Through letters and updates from the plan office in her country, I'm able to feel like a part of her life, helping her and her entire community achieve self-reliance. Experience the joy of making your own special connection. Call Plan International Canada, 1-800-268-7174.
Grant Jennings is off for holding at 15:32. So Ottawa gets its second power play. Here's the reason why.
Alexander Daig is a very talented forward. Jennings wanted to make sure he didn't get the puck in a scoring position.
Senator defenseman Hank Lammons was hurt a couple of minutes ago. He will be back. He'll take a couple of stitches in his right ear, apparently, and rejoin us. So Ottawa's power play goes to work again. They trail 1-0. Had great chances to score, but this is a team in its last 10 games that just scored an average of 2.5 a game. It's a tough time putting the puck in the net. Brad Shaw with a pass to Brad Lauer, was clotheslined by Ulf Samuelsson at the blue line. Well, welcome back to the NHL for Brad Lauer.
Guess who did it?
He remembers Ulfie well from his days with the Islanders. They played Pittsburgh all the time in the Patrick division. Lauer in after the puck, hooked back, turns around to the point. Brad Shaw to Norm McIver. Alexei Yashin. Checked by Doug Brown. Pavel Dimitra, number 78. McIver trying to keep the puck into the point and can't. Just over a minute gone in this penalty to Grant Jennings. Yashin, nice play. Archibald shoots and Romano makes the save. Yashin has dished some nice passes in this game.
Real nice hands for a young guy. Archibald gets a good shot here. A little saucer pass. Going 5-0. Romano's played very well early here in the first period.
It was a saucer pass tonight. It was a pancake the last time we worked together.
I was thinking about that after. I'm not sure if I've ever heard of a pancake pass, and I don't know why I said it. It's a saucer pass.
That's what happens. You get in the broadcast booth, you're allowed to make up new words and expressions.
Well, I made one up there.
45 seconds left in this power play. Dineen and McIver, Archibald, Daig, and Kudelski out on this power play. Archibald again to McIver. Bob Kudelski. Watched by McSorley, hooked down by McSorley. Marty went down, and with his hand got the puck to the blue line, and then it was cleared. 15 seconds to go in this man advantage for the Senators. They trail 1-0, 2.5 minutes to go in the first period. Alexander Daig. Millet's going with him. Daig to the front of the net. Millet can't find the puck. He got a stick in the face. Romano kept it out. Here's a 4-on-2 rush for Pittsburgh. Martin Straka turned back because Marty McSorley was offside. Jaromir Jagr. Stevens with a shot, and he whistled it just wide of the net. The penalty to Jennings has now expired. Here's Stevens to Jagr. He was checked. Where's the puck? Kent Painter's got it. Alexander Daig, and he puts it the length of the ice and heads to the bench on an Ottawa change. Ottawa's outshot Pittsburgh 11-7. Had better chances to score, but trails 1-0. Martin Straka to Kevin Stevens. To the net. Stopped by Madeley. Loose puck in front. Cleared by Bill Heward just outside the blue line. Kevin Stevens to Jaromir Jagr. Quickly to the other side of the rink, and Straka goes after him. Ulf Samuelsson to Larry Murphy. His pass to Doug Brown with some room. Brown with a drop pass. Stevens heads for the net. Almost put in a beauty on his backhand with a great reach, but almost. the spell. Pittsburgh, Straka to the point. Jennings shoots just wide. Good, hard, low shot. He'd hoped that would be deflected, I'm sure. And Ottawa ices the puck. Down to 45 seconds left in the first period. 1-0 Pittsburgh, and we have another update from New York.
Where it is 1-0 Rangers as we pick it up in the first period, but the Panthers' Scott Mellenby goes to work coast to coast here, only beating one guy, though. Tikkanen right there, but he also beats Mike Richter for a 1-1 tie as the Panthers come back to get even with the Rangers.
Penny Johnson doesn't have a very comfortable look on his face. His team's winless in 4. This team, without Eddie there, of course, didn't go winless more than 3 games all of last season.
Very powerful team. I think almost every team this year in the National Hockey League has gone through tough times.
Except the Rangers.
Except the Rangers.
All the other guys keep saying they'll get theirs.
Mike Keating keeps saying, no, we won't.
Yashin and Brown face off now. Brown won the draw. Marty McSorley moves to the middle. Passes off to Grant Jennings. Sharp angled shot, missed the net. Joe Mullen. Crowd in front. Mullen takes the puck in behind. To Jennings. Pass was knocked away from him, and here come the Senators. Yashin to Lowry. Shoots. Fell out of the save. The rebound. He stopped that too. Yashin missed the net. They score! The Senators even on his first night back in the league.
Ends up being a 3-on-2. Puck's put at the net. Here's the reason it went in. Turn, fire. I think he banks it off. Romano from up top. I think he banks it off somebody there. Yeah, Grant there Jennings. It is. Right off of Grant Jennings' back. Just a well-played bank shot.
Looks like a hard shot. Top corner tomorrow.
Never ask how, just ask how many.
1-1 tie. And again, the play developed because of the passing of Yashin. Lauer from Yashin and Lamb at 19:40. And the first period comes to an end, and these fans have reason to applaud their Senators. 27-year-old Brad Lauer thought maybe his NHL days were over till he got a call on the weekend in Vegas. It was his lucky day. A 1-1 tie after a period. Here's what's coming up in our first intermission. We'll look at the other game in the NHL tonight. We'll hear that Roger Nielsen's Panther on fire. The plays of the week on the NHL tonight, just ahead.
We're in a garbage crisis. One reason McCain chose to pack their juices in these aseptic boxes rather than non-refillable glass bottles. 1 liter aseptic packages use 88% less material than non-refillable glass, generate 85% less solid waste, consume 62% less energy. Plus, it would take 30 trucks to ship 1 million empty 1 liter glass bottles to their factories and just 2 to ship the equivalent in aseptic packaging.
McCain made their choice for the environment.
Live from Hockey Control, this is the NHL tonight. Let's get to other action, and it's the only other game around. The Panthers and the Rangers in New York. Rogers return to Manhattan, 1-1 in the first period as we pick up the action live now with Madison Square Garden's announcers Sam Rosen and John Davidson. It is 1-1 as it stands there right now. And got caught in a little commercial there at MSG, but let's talk a little bit about the goaltending complications that might arise for the New York Rangers if, in fact, Mr. Healy gets his wish and gets traded.
Well, first of all, Glenn Healy isn't very pleased right now with his Not necessarily his performance, just lack of an opportunity to play. He's only played in 12 games. Now remember, the New York Rangers fought hard to get Glenn Healy. He went through that whole expansion draft and the free agency and the right to match his salary, but he ended up as a Ranger for well over $1 million a year. So it ended up being a big coup for the New York Rangers, yet Mike Gartner has been the big goaltender for them, playing in 30 games this year, and Glenn Healy has even asked to be, Richter, I should say, has played in 30 games, and Glenn Healy has, in fact, maybe even insinuated that he'd like to be traded.
Gartner, of course, being saluted at the start of tonight's game at Madison Square Garden for 600 goals during his career, and I thought that ceremony was a little bit strange because they brought Messier out as well as Gartner. Now, Gartner should have had his moment in the sun at Madison Square Garden after all these years in the NHL.
Well, he does have about 150 goals more, I think, than Mark Messier does, but instead it ended up being a gift to Mike Gartner, and then all of a sudden it ended up being a surprise night for Mark Messier, having achieved a milestone. He's played in 1,000 games, but it ended up being a big night for Mark Messier, and that was an emotional thing for him, but I feel sorry for Mike Gartner because that's just the way Mike Gartner's career has gone, it seems. He hasn't got an awful lot of attention.
He has never had the limelight all to himself. I think we're ready to go back to action now. Madison Square Garden, we pick it up with the Rangers and the Panthers, 1-1 late in the first.
Pressure on Mike Huff, but Huff comes away with the puck. Got Mellenby the goal for the Panthers.
Rangers haven't finished their checks like this in a long time. It's very similar to earlier in the season. Seeing a lot of it right here.
Puck slides out of the zone. Amonte goes back for it. Ryan Skrudlin on him. Forces Amonte back and pressures him. Lidster tries to move it. It was taken away by Hull. His pass deflected by Amonte, and the Rangers break out. Amonte and Gartner. Gartner winds up. Long shot. Stopped by Van Beesbrook. He's out near the hash marks.
Looked like that surprised Van Beesbrook a little bit as he was looking around for the puck once it hit his body.
2:34 to go in the first period. 1-1 the score. Al Trotwick standing by at ice level. Al?
Well, Sam, it was a big surprise for Mark Messier. We'll check on the level of his surprise at receiving that special honor pregame here at the Garden. We'll also check on his wrist. And by the way, Happy New Year to you guys. If you want to know what kind of a party you missed because you were in Buffalo, there are still some remnants of Janet Jackson's party here under the stands. Confetti for everybody and one last balloon. Back to you.
All right, Al, you can take the balloon home for your son. Alex will appreciate it. Evchinov in the corner.
Nice to see Mark Messier receive something. Usually he's the person that gives a lot of his time to charity and other things. A nice family.
Foligno with the steal, moving down, pass in front, and a save by Richter as he robbed Lomakin. Excuse me, it was Lindsay.
Billy Lindsay showed some good speed. He had Evchinov all over him. That was a nice play by Florida's team.
Live action from Madison Square Garden. You just saw a big save by Mike Richter to keep it at 1-1. Mellenby has the goal for Florida. Boom for the Rangers. The score in Ottawa, the game we're covering, exactly the same. The Penguins lead and the Senators even at 1.
97% of Canada's businesses are considered small businesses. Yet you know there's nothing small about yours. You've got big plans. The hurdles you face are enormous. And you know it takes a lot more than luck to keep going year after year. There's only one card created for small business, dedicated to small business. The American Express Corporate Card for small business. Call this number now and put your name and company on the only card that gives you quarterly management reports. They'll separate your spending by employee and industry, saving you time and money all year. With no preset spending limit, you'll never be caught short of funds. And there's 24-hour customer service because your day doesn't end at 5.
American Express, how can I help you?
So grab a phone and get the corporate card for small business working for you. Call 1-800-387-8506 and apply now. That's 1-800-387-8506.
From Hockey Control, this is the NHL Tonight. King center Wayne Gretzky has reclaimed top spot in the scoring race, and with it Player of the Week honors, Gretzky totals 7 points in the last 7 days on 2 goals and 5 assists. Time now for the Delta Faucet Plays of the Week.
Spicy, crispy, curly, thrilling. McCain Super Spirals. We love what you've done to our fries. You've spiced them up, curled them up, and turned them all around.
McCain has taken its famous super fries, dipped them in light-tasting batter, and surrounded them with bite after bite of spicy, crispy satisfaction.
You've spiced them up, curled them up, and turned them all around. McCain Super Spirals. Whoa! We love what you've done to our fries.
Welcome back to Hockey Control in the NHL tonight. Only one other game. Let's get to it quickly. John Van Beesbroek leading the Florida Panthers into Madison Square Garden. Van Beesbroek's first game as a Panther in New York. Early first period, no score. Rangers power play. Jeff Bukaboom left alone in front. Bukaboom puts in a rebound between Van Beesbroek's legs to give the Rangers a 1-0 lead, and you'll see it happen right here.
Both Jeff Bukaboom and Leach were standing right in front of Van Beesbroek playing up in the power play.
Panthers two-man power play ended. Now Scott Mellenby blasts a snapshot past Richter, his 14th of the year, and that makes it 1-1 after one. When you look at the Florida Panthers, a team that has done well lately, it is more than just goaltending that is doing it for the Florida Panthers.
Well, John Van Beesbroek has been absolutely sensational all season long. On the other hand, Roger Nielsen is one of the greatest defensive coaches there is, so he fits an expansion team perfectly because the expansion team knew they weren't going to get an awful lot of good offensive players. They're the 5th best team right now defensively in the league, and it has a lot to do with coaching and John Van Beesbroek.
All right, the second period coming up from Ottawa in just a moment. There, it is 1-1, the Penguins and the Ottawa Senators.
For 3 of the last 4 years, Canada's juniors have been on top of the world. The 1994 World Junior Hockey Championships from the Czech Republic. Live, right through to the final game on Real TV, TSN.
Up to LaFontaine.
Molson, NHL Tonight on TSN. Hockey's most informed team keeps you on top of the action. From crease to crease and from coast to coast. Monday, the Maple Leafs blow into Beantown to take on the Bruins. The puck drops here on Real TV, TSN.
Tonight's first period scoring summary brought to you by McDonald's. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today. First of the game to Murphy, his 10th for the Penguins, unassisted at 14:42. The Ottawa Senators came back to tie things up. Brad Lauer getting assists from Yashin and Lamb, making it 1-0. Shots in the first favored the Senators 14-8. We're ready for the second now and return you to Jim Houston in Ottawa.
There's Brad Lauer from Humboldt, Saskatchewan, scored his first NHL goal in 2 years. He had to think about this chance to come and play here. Not long, he decided the NHL is where he wanted to be, but he's been playing in Las Vegas. And Ryan, there's some big money to be made now in the International Hockey League.
Things have really changed over the past 5 or 10 years in the International Hockey League and many of the minor pro leagues. And he has certainly got off to a great start tonight.
In Vegas, he says the average payroll is about $55,000. That's big minor league money. It's a good organization. The IHL is starting to go the way of the World Hockey Association. They want to expand into Europe. They're getting bigger and bigger. They'll probably have salary caps in the next couple of years, probably at about $120,000, and that's pretty good minor league money as well.
Hockey has really taken the next step as far as salaries. My first year, Jim, in the National Hockey League was at $70,000. And I was happy to have it, too.
The Vegas team that Brad Lauer was on is a very experienced team, and he figures there's 5 or 6 guys that could get an NHL call before this season is over. Here's Martin Straka for Pittsburgh. Takes a shot that was blocked. So is the rebound that was shot to the end boards. 1-1 tie in the second period underway. Pittsburgh and Ottawa. Centering pass didn't get through to Kevin Stevens. Bob Kudelski's long pass to center. Norm McIver couldn't handle it. And Doug Brown got the pass onside, but Martin Straka was just a step offside.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by TD Bank. TD, your bank, your way.
Ottawa Senators and the Pittsburgh Penguins tied at 1-1, although they're a long ways apart in the standings. And Ottawa's played Pittsburgh well in this game.
Well, that was an excellent first period for the Ottawa Senators. A very contained first period, and that's what they're going to have to continue to do here.
Robert Burakovsky out with Brad Lauer. Alexei Yashin. Yashin, number 19, has the puck. Over the blue line, Lauer stepped up, and there was a player offside. Burakovsky or Yashin.
Yashin and Lauer seem to have some good timing going here. Yashin moving laterally and Lauer coming from behind with speed. Be a good combination.
Brad Lauer has always had good wheels. Murphy in behind his own net. Couldn't clear the puck. Kept into the blue line by Gord Denis. Yashin out of the phone booth with the puck. A backhander that was blocked before it got through the net by Mike Ramsey, and he cleared it the length of the ice. Yashin's done some amazing work with his stick in this game. Madeley out of his net, got back in time, and the pass to the front of the goal was knocked away. Samuelson. Kevin Stevens back to Marty McSorley. Just got the pass in his skates. Over the blue line. Here's Stevens. High in the slot. Turns around. Shoots. Madeley made the save. Darren Madeley hasn't been as busy as Roberto Romano, but he's made some nice saves. Burakovsky just drifted the puck the length of the ice, allowing his teammates to make a change in the first couple of minutes of period number 2. Brian Trottier now. And Patterson with a shot. There was a nice save there by Madeley. Back the other way come the Senators. Archibald to Daig, breaking away through the middle. And the puck was poked away by Romano, and there'll be a penalty on the play. The speed of Daig drew a penalty, and Ottawa goes to the power play. This Molson Hockey telecast returns in just a moment.
Kellogg's asks, time for a snack?
George, are you back again?
Mom.
You just ate a couple of hours ago. How can you still be hungry?
Mom.
Why don't you go out? Meet some people.
Mom.
I worry about you.
I just want a snack. Try Kellogg's Corn Flakes. A serving of those crispy flakes of corn splashed with ice-cold milk is a delicious snack that's low in fat. So eat Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
How come you don't call anymore?
A low-fat snack. Feel good about it.
Well, you want to like those out.
Marty McSorley felt he had no choice but to haul Alexander Daig down.
McSorley gives him a bit of a tug. I didn't think Daig had good control of the puck. McSorley did, though.
He might have been able to get better control had he not been reeled in. Ottawa's power play 0 for 2. Archibald in the corner with Daig and Kudelski. McIver and Shaw man the points. And Brian Trottier clears the puck over and back at the blue line, or hits somebody on the bench. At any rate, play is stopped.
Alexander Daig, the much talked about, much touted, and very talented young man.
What do you think the effect on Daig will be should he play in a losing environment for too long at his young age?
He's a very positive young man, so I'm not sure it'll have the effect that it might have on other people. But winning breeds winning. There's absolutely no doubt about that. We're hoping for this young man that they can bring in a supporting cast that will allow him to be successful.
Did you not experience some of that in Washington in your first few years?
Very much so. I remember sitting in after games where we've lost badly. Mike Gartner and I, you'd score a couple goals each and get a couple assists each and still lose, thinking, what do you have to do to win?
Daig's in after the puck against Ron Francis. McIver couldn't hold the puck into the point. Francis got it by him. Daig center ice. Lauer with a drop pass to McIver. On the other side for Shaw. Couldn't handle it. But kept the puck in. Loose puck at the side of the net. Bounced off the boards. Here's Brad Lauer. Spins around, looks around. Kudelski, one-timer, hit Dave behind the net. Kudelski hooked back neatly by Trache, who's a great experienced veteran at that. Just made sure Kudelski couldn't get over to the puck, and his teammate was able to shoot it out. Half a minute to go in this power play. And an icing call against it. The goals aren't coming as easy now that Kudelski has got to 26. Here's another chance for it.
Well-placed puck here. One-timer. It actually hits Alexander Daigle standing beside the net, who then gets another opportunity to make another play. Kudelski shaking his head. Dave Andertruck, 16 goals, and Keith Tkachuk, 13. Bob Kudelski's having a wonderful year at 12 goals.
Off the draw, Murphy's shot. Madeley made the save. Pavel Dimitrov dropped the puck off for Gord Dineen in this power play with 20 seconds in which to work. Starts out. Brad Lauer getting a lot of ice time in his debut with the Senators. Dumps the puck in. Yashin on the right wing. Checked by Samuelson. Lauer back to the point. Dineen on the other side. The pass was behind Glynn. And that'll do it in the penalty to Marty McSorley. This Ottawa power play is now 0 for 3 in this 1-1 game. There's an icing call against Ottawa. Opie Samuelson is one of the greatest needlers in the game on the ice and off the ice. He was doing his share of that today, needling anyone who would listen about how Sweden's going to beat up on Canada tomorrow in the World Junior Championship gold medal game.
I only saw him for about under 5 minutes, and he seemed to, even in that time, be able to bring up that topic. Canada's playing Sweden tomorrow. He's there the day after. He says, I'm going to be watching.
He played in 3 World Junior Championships himself. The first one was that memorable 1982 gold medal tournament for Dave King on the prairies in Winnipeg and Rochester, Minnesota. And then he went on to play in 2 more after that. But he's a very keen observer of what's going on over there. 12:30 Eastern tomorrow. Sweden against Canada for the gold at the World Junior Championships on TSN. If you haven't had enough hockey over the holidays yet. Early in the second period here, it's Pittsburgh and Ottawa tied 1-1.
Now here's an important time in this period for the Ottawa Senators. They cannot allow Pittsburgh to take over now. Pittsburgh came back late in the first period, and now we've got a lull in the play. Ottawa has not got the excitement that they did during that first period, and they cannot let Pittsburgh take over.
Weak shot by Stevens was stopped. Andrew McBain gets the rebound. Brad Shaw to Mark Lamb. There's Troy Millette with him as he gains the blue line and dumps the puck in. Roberto Romano out to clear it. Stevens takes a bump and made a rink-wide pass to Martin Straka. Marty McSorley jumps up into the play. Hooked back by Mark Lamb. And the puck has cleared the length of the ice by the Senators. A race for it. Jim Pack will win the race, and there's an icing call against Ottawa.
Jimmy Pack's played very well for this team. Remember a number of years back in the Stanley Cup final, where he played a very strong defensive role.
Got a pair of Stanley Cup rings. This is an interesting team now. When you see Mario out, we always say, oh, the Penguins will be all right without Mario. They can still win. But then take away Shel Samuelson, and then take Rick Tocchet away from them, and all of a sudden, the great depth that we think they have just isn't there.
Depth is the word that I've been talking about this year. I really think that team depth has been removed a little bit by expansion.
So young players who might not get as much ice time on Pittsburgh spend a lot more time on the ice. They end up playing with 3 lines most of the evening.
In the end, it'll be great for these young players.
Like Martin Straka, Marcus Naslund, who's played a limited amount tonight. Pittsburgh's gone primarily with 3 lines again tonight, even though it's 3rd game in 4 nights. Martin struck. Stevens goes for the net. Murphy came in and took a shot. It was blocked by Kent Painter. He hangs on to the puck. It's caught up in his paraphernalia. We'll be back to Ottawa right after this.
To say you don't get something for nothing, well, most of the time, I guess that's true. But Shriners Hospitals for Crippled Children give some of the best medical care in the world to kids with orthopedic problems, and they don't charge a dime. No catch. It's just something the Shriners have loved doing for 70 years. So if you know a child with bone or muscle problems who needs excellent medical care in friendly surroundings, call toll-free for information. Shriners Hospitals for Crippled Children.
Stay tuned following tonight's game for the TSN Turning Point, brought to you by Interstate Batteries. We check them before you buy them for fresh power guaranteed.
Oh, please, just help me this once.
Next time, get a dependable Interstate battery. We check them before you buy them for fresh power, guaranteed.
Schedule makers at the World Junior Championships really know what they're doing. They always seem to get the final game of the tournament for all the marbles. It's a gold medal game, and you can see it tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern Time, with Paul Romanuk and Bob McKenzie on TSN. Great interest here in Ottawa because two young Ottawa stars, Kurt Bowen and Mike Pekka, are on Canada's national team. Norm McIver for the Senators takes a shot that's blocked. And out come the Penguins, 4-on-2. Marcus Naslund, a back pass, and he put McSorley offside when he made it. McSorley then went in and bumped into Herb Raglan. They have a few words.
Raglan's about as wide as he is tall, and he can get a real good hit. I think if you ever line you up and you don't move, you're in trouble.
Herb's been playing in the International League like Brad Lauer, but he was playing at Kalamazoo and signed as a free agent. He was here in Ottawa for their training camp and was cut. So was Brad Lauer, for that matter, but the Senators decided at that time that they wanted to go with younger players. Now they need some help, so they call in a couple of experienced men.
It's a nice time of the year to add experience for this young team.
Delayed offside is washed out because the Penguins cleared the attacking zone. And now there'll be an icing call against the Senators. And there's been a lot of that in this very slow second period.
Feels almost like a first period, Jim, where both teams feel each other out. The first period had a high tempo. Here in the second, we're 1-1. It's almost like it's 0-0 again. We're feeling each other out.
It's amazing how that happens, Ryan. You see a team like Ottawa play a good first period the way they did, and they're unable to follow it up and do exactly the same thing in the second.
Yeah, there's a psyche there that I don't know. I guess you and I would be coaches if we could figure that one out.
Because you know Rick Bowness would have been very encouraged and encouraged his players in the intermission, wouldn't he?
It's a good period for the Ottawa Senators, that first period.
At over 6 minutes into the second, the Senators haven't had a shot on goal. Penguins have had 4, soon to be 5, apparently. Yager works against Brad Shaw. Can't beat his man. And Kent Painter moved the puck outside the blue line. Swatted back in by Ulf Samuelsson. Painter with a high stick in the helmet from Yager. They moved the puck out. McBain after Samuelsson. And Andrew McBain is going to get a penalty because Samuelsson was wrestled to the ice. The linesman will keep them apart. But now Pittsburgh will go to the power play, and Samuelsson has drawn a penalty.
Well, you talk about the TSN turning point. You talk about a turning point in a game. Here we see McBain going after Samuelsson. He's remembering the first period and all that happened there with Samuelsson. But that was not necessary. And what it does, it puts Ottawa down, puts them behind giving Pittsburgh the opportunity to get ahead, and you do not want to come and always have to play from behind in the National Hockey League this year.
Pittsburgh's power play is 0 for 1 in the game, but scored just as the penalty expired in the first period. So for all intents and purposes was a power play goal. 7 minutes into the second period, a 1-1 tie. Larry Murphy gains the blue line, passes off to Joe Mullen. His pass intercepted by Archibald, and he cleared it. Mullen, Stevens, and Francis up front. Larry Murphy and Marty McSorley, the point men in the power play. Mullen skated into a crowd, but Pittsburgh has the puck. Off the boards, McSorley. Down on the boards for Francis. Stevens is in the slot. So is Mullen trying to stay loose. Stevens back to the point. McSorley's one-timer stopped by Madeley. Loose puck in the slot. Francis to Mullen, stopped by Madeley. McSorley to Joe Mullen. His pass to Larry Murphy. Almost misfired. Murphy can't keep the puck in against Yashin and Archibald, but he got it back. Less than a minute to go in the power play. McIver got in front of Francis. Deneen came over to run interference. Senators can't get out. McSorley to Francis. Stevens is in front. Yager's pass, and it was too hot to handle for Kevin Stevens. Stevens outside Ottawa's four-man box. To Francis. Yager's in front. The pass to McSorley. He shoots. That's blocked. McSorley again. His shot went to the corner. Stevens with half a minute left in the power play. Jaromir Jagr working against Deneen to Francis. Tried to tip it out front and did, and Darren Madeley holds on.
Pittsburgh experience in the power play translates to one word, and that's patience. Doesn't work the first time. They try it again and again and again. Mullen gets a puck here, comes to him. Like any good goal scorer, he's just standing there, and the puck comes right at him. Well-placed one-timer here by McSorley, sort of turned on him. Madeley's played well.
Did you ever think about 400 games ago in his career that Marty McSorley would be a point man in a power play in Pittsburgh? Point man in a power play, period.
He has improved immensely. Let's watch Francis here, Jim. Now he's on his strong side on this face-off.
Cheating, don't you think?
He was out-cheated right there.
Yeah, Mark Lamb beat him.
Why would you think us centermen ever cheat? I have to talk to you about that.
I shouldn't call it cheating. Stretching the rules a little bit on how you set up. Penalty's over. McBain's getting back on the ice. Francis in the slot to Murphy. Weak shot deflected wide. Haley covers up at the side of the net with Jaromir Jagr right there. And so the Senators have weathered this storm. Jaromir Jagr is having trouble finding the net. 1 goal in his last 11 games. He'll find it. You know it.
Shift before this one, I saw him come to the bench with what looked to be frustration on his face. Gave the boards a little crack with his stick. You got to know that this kid wants to score every week, maybe every day.
Just 21 years old. In his 4th NHL season. Loves to play, loves to practice, loves the game. Here's McSorley with a shot that's blocked. Ramsey keeps the puck into the point. A bouncing puck. Doug Brown couldn't contain it. Ryan Glynn's backhander off the boards was stopped by Mullen to the point. Like Ramsey's shot into a crowd was blocked. Penguins are really putting on some pressure here in the second period. Senators don't have a second period shot on goal, and Madeley will cover up again. Jim? Oh, we're 9.5 minutes into the period.
Joey Mullen headed to the net there, and that's what Pittsburgh Penguins do so well.
Now Brian Trottier comes out for a shift with Ed Patterson and Justin Duberman. Fourth liners get a shift. Daig won the draw for Ottawa. McIver carries the puck out. 3-on-2 through center. The pass to Daig. He didn't see it coming. It was in his skates, and Ottawa turned it over. McIver up the boards. Here's Brad Lauer with a pass. Off a skate to Daig. He can't handle the bouncing puck. Ed Patterson over to Marty McSorley. Duberman with his shot. Good hard low shot that missed the net. Daig will chase the loose puck. Romano comes out to play it. No icing because the goalie came out to play it. Now Lauer in for Daig. Kudelski's out front. Brad Lauer checked by McSorley. Daig can't get away from Ramsey. From behind the net, the wraparound, and Lauer couldn't put in his second. Shot from the point is blocked, and Romano holds on. There's the first Senators shot on goal. 10 minutes and 28 seconds into the second period, and a 1-1 tie.
First, there was McCain Pizza Pockets. Now there's
McCain Super Pockets. Taste of perfection.
Zesty Chicken Fiesta. Delicious Western style. Creamy egg and cheese.
McCain Super Pockets.
All with a crust that's baked, not fried. So there's no leaks, no mess.
McCain Super Pockets.
Super taste, super snacks.
Our next action on the Sports Network TSN is next Monday night at 7:30 Eastern Time from the Boston Garden. It's the Bruins, Cam Neely, Ray Bourque, Joe Juneau, Adam Oates up against the Leafs. Bruins and the Leafs next Monday night at 7:30 Eastern.
Mark Lamb, the assistant captain, has played a steady game tonight. He's won some important face-offs. We'll talk about the importance of face-offs.
Won the draw, another big one, and the shot from the point went wide off the stick of Kent Painter. Brad Shaw with a shot, the rebound chipped over the net by McBain. How did he miss it? Still 1-1. McBain had a great chance to change that. Here's a 3-on-2 for Pittsburgh. But coming back was McBain to get the puck. Couldn't clear it. Francis for Mullen, intercepted. Kent Painter to Mark Lamb as the pace picks up in the second period. Mollett had the pass get out of his reach. Samuelson. Oath, that is. His pass to Mullen. Didn't connect. Lamb bumped by Ulf Samuelson. Here's Larry Murphy. Flips the puck in so accurately off the glass. Back at the point. Pass was out of the reach of Murphy. Fans are hot at Jaromir Jagr. Stevens and Shaw go to the corner. Brown and Mollett are there as well. Stevens comes out of the corner with the puck to the front of the net. Couldn't get a shot. He was tackled in front. And there'll be an Ottawa penalty for holding. Could be Mollett, could be Painter. But they took Stevens down at the 1-yard line. He was tackled. Mollett's going off. So are we to New York.
Fun times at Madison Square 2. 1-1 here as the Panthers' Mike Huff comes down the left side and winds up. Richter got a piece of it. Then it goes in off Brian Leach's skate. After video review, there was some discussion, but after video review, they call it a goal, and the Panthers have a 2-1 lead on the Rangers.
Troy Millette of the Senators is off for holding at 11:41. So Pittsburgh goes to its third power play.
Millette felt he had no choice here. Kevin Stevens is such a strong player that he just takes the puck to the net. And there he took down 2, almost 3 of the Ottawa Senators.
Stevens is so strong.
Oh, he is one of the thing that impresses me about Kevin Stevens, he skates like Mario Lemieux. His legs hardly move, and he goes faster when they don't. Wish I knew how to do that.
Francis won the draw. McSorley with a pass that was intercepted by Norm McIver. 1-1 tie. Pittsburgh on a power play. Murphy with the shot, deflected wide. Mark Lamb gets the puck. Takes his time off the glass down the ice. Francis, Mullen, and Stevens, Murphy and McSorley out on the power play again. Under 8 minutes to play second period. There's a pass that almost got through to Mullen from Ron Francis, who tried to thread the needle. 40 seconds gone in the Millette penalty. Murphy over the blue line, ran into a white wall and is turned back. Roberto Romano handled the puck. He doesn't do it like Ron Hextall, but he was effective. Here's Yager, beats one man, passes off to Stevens. His pass intercepted by Lauer. Francis kept the play onside for Pittsburgh. Madeley out of his net to the corner. Now a chance for this power play to set up. Yager reaches for the puck, got it out front. Francis holds on, backhander is blocked. Bradshaw blocked it, now gets the puck to the boards. Francis to Stevens. Kevin Stevens to the point, Larry Murphy. Marty McSorley. Murphy. Kevin Stevens now to Francis with Yager in front. There's a giveaway, and Lauer says thank you, clears the puck and heads for the bench. 15 seconds to go in this power play. Long shot in was offside.
As soon as that puck hits the goaltender, the linesman has to call it. Pittsburgh continually trying to come through the center, trying to gain the zone through the center on that power play, and we're turned back at least 4 times.
Penguins have got some scoring from Doug Brown, who has 10. They're 32 goals shy of their production at this time last year. You can account for that by the absence of Mario, can you?
Montreal played Vancouver the other night. They are 30 goals down in the same fashion.
Everybody's down a little bit. Some teams are down a lot.
Right.
Another penalty kill for the Senators. Ottawa's 0 for 3, or Pittsburgh's 0 for 3 with a man advantage. Here's Ulf Samuelsson leading a Pittsburgh rush. Martin Straka, number 82. Check, but the puck comes to Brown. His shot deflects and bounces through to Madeley. Kent Painter. Ouch. Hit McBain in the seat of the pants trying to clear it. 1-1 tie. 5:50 to play first period. Second period. Straka. Drop pass to Mullen. His pass for Brown. And Painter just wisely turned and took the man and let Madeley take the puck.
Painter's played a real steady second period. I think Painter and McBain have been the two that have really shone here in the second period.
Everybody loves to take a shot at Ulf Samuelsson. Millette got his turn.
Why is that, Jim? I don't know if it really hurts Ulf, though. I think he's made of plastic or rubber or something.
He never shies away.
He's a real competitor.
A younger player who's starting to be like that is Brian Marchment.
I agree with you. Playing very well right now.
Penguins are offside. Just over 5 minutes to play in the second period in this 1-1 game. line getting another shift here. Brian Trache centers it, this time with Jeff Daniels and Ed Patterson.
As you mentioned earlier in the game, the Pittsburgh Penguins play with 3 lines so much. They want to interject. They want to interject that 4th line once in a while just to give the other 3 a break.
Hank Lammons, by the way, was hurt earlier in this game, had 14 stitches around his ear. His right ear after he was hit by that shot in the first period. But back in the game. Dave Archibald trying to center, can't do it. Dave comes to help up, misfire. And out come the Benders. Artie McSorley just moved the puck in. Brian Glynn is there. Daniels forechecking. The pass comes around to Brad Lauer. Long shot in. Alexei Yashin comes over the boards onto the ice, and he'll get lots of time to make the change now. But he hasn't been as prominent as he was in the first period. A 1-1 tie in Ottawa. Short break now on this Molson Hockey Telecast.
You know enough to keep medications out of reach.
You know enough to block off the stairway.